ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितामेन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनुपेक्षां स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं वदन्ति स्वयं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं विश्वेशा रमणं श्रीगुरो वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपां साद्यातां सहगणा रघुनाथां तं सजीवं सावधेतं सावधूतं सदनं सहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेव श्रीराधा कृष्णपादां सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितां ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांता स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाशादेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णाते महावदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरवसे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्ते सत्यकांचन गौरांगी राधे रामेश्वरी सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे हरे कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुरेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवाचार्य गौतम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। So today is 1.6.21. You have very few devotees are there today. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tasmin Janmani Bhava Namam Dashtumi Arati Vikpakvakasayana Dodarsho Ahanko Yoginam Tasmani Jan Antasmin Janmani Bhavan Dashtumi Arati Avipakvakasayana Dodarsho Yoginam Nothing. अस्मिन् जन्मनि भवान् मां दृष्टुमागते कृत्वा कषायानं हृदशोऽहं तु योगिनः Hantah or Narada, Asmin, this Janmani, this duration of life, Bhavan yourself, Manat, Mamni, Dashtun to see, Ya here, Arati desert, Apik, Aviktavaha, immature, Kasayanam, material dirt, Durdarshaha, difficult to be seen, Aham I, Kuyoginam, incomplete in service. Oh Narada, I regret that during this lifetime you will not be able to see me anymore. Those who are incomplete in service or not completely free from all material ties can hardly see me. Purport was evangelist Srivati. The personality God is described in the Bhagavad Gita as the most pure, the supreme, and absolute truth. There is no trace of a tinge of materiality in his person, and thus one with the slightest tinge of material affection cannot approach him. The beginning of devotional service starts from the point when one is freed from at least two forms of material modes, namely the mode of passion and mode of ignorance. The result is exhibited by the signs of being freed from karma and lobha. That is to say, one must be freed from the desire for sense gratification and avarice for sense gratification. The balanced mode of nature is goodness, and to be completely free from all material tendencies is to become free from the mode of goodness also. To search the audience of God in the lonely forest is considered to be the mode of goodness. One can go out in the forest to attain spiritual perfection, but that does not mean that one can see the Lord personally there. So one must be completely free from all mental attachment and be situated in the plane of transcendence, which alone will help the devotee get in person touch with the personality of Godhead. The best method is that one should live at a place where the transcendental form of the Lord is worshipped. The temple of the Lord is a transcendental place, where the forest is a materially good habitation place. A neophyte devotee is always recommended to worship the deity of the Lord, rather than go into the forest to search out the Lord. Devotional service begins from the process of archan, which is better than going out in the forest. In his present life, which is completely free from all material anchorings, Sri Narad Muni does not go into the forest, although he can turn every place into Vaikuntha by his presence only. He travels from one planet to another to convert man, gods, Kinnaras, Gandharva, Rishis, Munis, and all others to become devotees of Lord. By his activity, he has engaged many devotees like Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, and many others in the transcendental service of Lord. A pure devotee of the Lord therefore follows in the footsteps of great devotee like Narada and Prahlad and engages his whole time in glorifying the Lord by the process of Kirtan. Such pleasing process transcendental to all material qualities. I think this is the first verse of the sixth chapter. Right? I think the last week we have taken the last week we had taken the fifth chapter verse, and now directly we are in the sixth chapter. Now, what happened between 1 to 21? Verse number 1 to verse number 21 is of great interest over here. So, after, and since we are going to diamond purport, the king, but there are some important verses which came even in the beginning, the past life of Narad Muni. So in the fifth chapter, we saw how the Bhakti Vedantas have initiated Narad Muni developing good qualities, and they taught him the process by lead. Now, what happens when Narad Muni he was a 5-year-old child, and his mother was always thinking, oh, how I will take care of the child, how I will nicely take care of the child. But what happened? The child the mother passed away. Mother was bitten by a snake. In Vedic time, accidental death means a snake bite. Others, there was no accidental death. There. The snake bite was the only accidental death there. So now deaths have never been stopped. So now there are no much snake bites. So there are more accident on bikes. There. But the death remains safe. Now, just think this is a small old boy, 5 years old boy, is no father, completely dependent upon mother, and his mother passes away. Can you imagine what did he do? When his mother passed away, what did this boy do? Yes, any answer in the audience? Huh? Devastated? Okay. So now the boy, he took complete shelter of the Lord. He didn't got so much worried. He thought Krishna has a better plan. So the glory of life is when we can depend on Krishna. See, every situation is a plan of the Lord. The another boy is a small child. If for a small child, his mother go away, there is no father, no relative living, what would come upon him? He's anath. But because he took shelter of the Lord through the Bhakti Vedantas, he saw it as a mercy of the Lord. So, what spiritual life enables us, like if a volcano is erupting and you're in the ground. So, when volcano erupts, will you get disturbed or not? No matter how much good positive thinking you have, you will get disturbed. Right? Volcano भागना तो पड़ेगा, right? Yeah. But if you are in a helicopter about the volcano, do you worry? So spiritual life takes us in a helicopter to the problems of life. And then the problems of this world looks small. And when you forget to board that helicopter to catch the flight, it becomes difficult. Right? So that is what transcendence means. So when you go to transcendence, your problems becomes small. Just when you climb on a helicopter or aeroplane, the world down looks small. So all our problems of this world becomes small the moment you go to catch a flight of transcendence. Um, His Grace Anadi Jagannath Prabhu passed away 3 years before, one of our congregational devotee. And his wife is Vrunda Maharani Mataji. So our temple president Anukul Kashyap called her. Vrunda, Anadi passed away. And she just, can even, she was in Malaysia at that time. They didn't had any children. And Mataji just asked that, is it confirmed? Is it true, Prabhu? Is it true? And no emotions after that. And she came, did all things there. And she's a very advanced soul there. So generally it's not easy. She saw it as in Krishna's alignment. And then she started to run the whole Bhakti Sadhan. So we not see only examples of life of Narad Muni, even present examples we can see who has such great determination of devotees there. That despite so many situations, so she saw it as a Krishna's mercy and continued her life ahead. And that time both of them were attending the Bhakti Vaibhav classes. The second canto, or third canto, second canto was going in the second, third canto was going on in the Bhakti Vaibhav classes there. So that's how. And how did Prabhu left his body also? He was serving a Vaishnava. He had gone to serve a devotee and he was returning. And on the way back, and if somebody saw his body, it was smiling, like he was in Samadhi. Yeah. It was it was effulgence. There was no, so the body was there, right? But the face was completely there. So Narad boy, he took that as a mercy of the Lord and he thought, now I have no material bondage. And he went to forest. He went to forest. So one thing in order to go back to garden is this qualification. Tatya anukampa susvakshamana bhunjan evam pratham vipakam. Itavagapurvi viddhanaste niveta muktipade sadayabha. Just see in life everything, whatever covered disturbances come, difficulties come, and devotees see it as a mercy of the Lord. See, it is coming due to my own karma. And while facing the reaction of one's karma, he is grateful to the Lord and keep performing devotional service, keep praying to the Lord to bless Kaumati. Then such a person develops a rightful claim to the kingdom of God. So if we want to go back to God in one lifetime, we need this attitude, whatever happening in life, to see Krishna's hand in that and keep performing their bhakti. And that's what the Bhagavatam, every day hearing Bhagavatam trains us in this consciousness. What we're reading, Bhagavatam again and again showing some examples of Narada the boy is training in this consciousness that whatever is coming in our life, take it as mercy of Krishna. Take it as mercy of Krishna. So then we there. And that's what happened to the Narada boy. He's taking it as the mercy of the Lord. And that's something amazing. And then he went to forest alone, a 5-year-old boy going to the forest alone, passing towns, cities, goes to the north, and then he arrived at it, and what he was his food? He would just drink water from the lake and satisfy his hunger. And then under a banyan tree, he sat in meditation. He sat in meditation. And while doing meditation, this Narada Muni, while doing meditation, and what the way Bhaktivedanta had told, he saw the Lord in the heart. Lord just appeared. And he saw the form of the Paramatma in the heart. Tears start coming. I saw, never have seen anything more beautiful. What I've been hankering, first time I saw something that beautiful. And he went into ecstasy. And next moment, the Lord's form disappeared. The Lord showed to Narada Muni only for a moment, and the Lord disappeared. And what did the Lord show now? Lord shaded this. Lord says, there's a verse is coming, for Narada, I regret that during this lifetime, you're not able to see me anymore. It's called Nabholinga. Means Lord spoke through ether. This is Nabholinga. And those who are, and what, why you, Lord, ask, why will I not see you, my Lord? Because you're incomplete in service and you're not free from material things. You're free from, yeah, you're incomplete in service and you're not free from material things. That's why I want to show you. Now, what are the kuyoginam? The material trends is the lust in the heart. I'm invisible to those 40 practitioners of yoga whose contaminations such as lust have not been burnt up. Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama dande vimukte dukkha sukha sange gachanti muna param padamadhyam tata. So this 15th chapter, Krishna is talking the qualification to go back home, back to God. And what's the qualification to go back to God? At first, Nirman. Don't expect any respect. Don't expect any respect. Then Moha. Nirman Moha, Jita Sangha Dosha. Who have conquered the three modes. Sangha. Adhyatma Nitya. And they're situated in spiritual knowledge. They always see the world with spiritual knowledge, not with material knowledge. Winning with karma, and they're done with material lust. And Sukh Gachanti Sukha Dukkha Sange Dande Vimukte. They're beyond the dualities of happiness and distress, heat and cold. Such people can surrender to me and come back home, back to garden. So done with material lust, free from false pride, always situated in spiritual knowledge and free from the dualities. Such people can go back home to the garden. And that's what Krishna is saying to Narada boy, because you're not complete in service and you're not free from complete material tense, you can't see there. And Jeev Goswami writes, well, the actual reason is he was attached to be in the forest. If you're attached to live in the forest, still you cannot go back to God. Because forest life is in mode of goodness. So what one should do, one should live where the Supreme Lord is there. Should live in a temple and do deity worship to the Lord. Serve the Lord, worship the Lord, sing for the praise of the Lord. And that way one will attain darshan of the Supreme Lord. And see why Lord is saying this to Narad Muni? Right? To increase his eagerness for Narad. Because Narada Muni doesn't have attachment. He's left everything, his mother, everything. And that's what the Lord showed him. But Lord wanted to increase his eagerness. Because Lord wanted to increase his eagerness, what happened? He became Narada Muni. And see, a devotee could be very, very serious in life. Like I was talking that day, so our Ankit Prabhu's wife, she got accident. And she was telling, I was hearing a lecture when it happened. Probably if I died, I would have gone to Golok Vrindavan. And after she came to consciousness also, she was trying to remember Krishna, but any time you have to leave. So she was not worried about the accident. She was only worried whether I'll remember Krishna at the time of death or not. So how devotees become so serious by practice of Krishna consciousness is very amazing. Yeah. He is not worried about accident, what happened to the body. She's more worried about whether I'm remembering Krishna, prepared to go back to God or not. There. So that is the serious in life of a devotee. He's always thinking that, you know, what is the purpose and goal of life? Are we remembering Krishna? Are we remembering Krishna or something else? There. So devotee cultivates this remembrance of Krishna. And this also shows Krishna in bhakti, when we come, initially we find some very great taste. How the experience of that? Some little taste you got in the beginning days of bhakti. Right? Everyone had the experience. Then Krishna will withdraw that taste. So Krishna has a nice marketing skill. First, will give free samples, right? And you once use it, now you got it. You get a taste for it, and you have to pay for it. And you have to pay for it. To get that sample, you have to come every day morning program, hear katha, chant, and you're thinking, "वो मजा नहीं आ रहा है there." And one day again, one fine day, again Krishna will give little taste. You see? Then again it will withdraw. And it continue. But in a perfected stage, Krishna gives so much taste. Tunde Tandava Tandavali Lapadaye. So Guru Goswami is saying, I deserve millions of tongues to chant the holy name of the Lord. I deserve millions of years to hear the holy name of the Lord. When the holy name enters the court of my heart, it dances there. So in a perfect state, Krishna is unlimited pleasure. In upper state, Krishna little bit give pleasure so that we keep working in devotional service. So that we become completely purified and complete his service. So therefore, this verse shows that whatever service we have got, and we do it with dedication, with absorption, and while doing it, chant the name of the Lord, one day Krishna will show himself to us. One day Krishna will, like even the Mahavata Narsinga movie, saw how Prahlad Maharaj was feeling so. He was drawn to the water. And he was not worried about drowning the water. He was feeling, when will I see Lord Vishnu? When will I see Lord Vishnu? So he has no other desire than seeing Lord Vishnu. Then Lord showed him. Lord showed him. So why did Lord didn't come before to save Prahlad directly? He was increasing his eagerness to see him. And the eagerness reached a saturation point. That time Vishnu showed. The same way, Krishna doesn't show us. It wants to increase our separation point. And when it reaches the separation point, when it is the saturation point, what happens? What happens? Krishna? Krishna reveals himself. Anything की कभी टेस्ट नहीं आ रहा है क्या करें थोड़ा और करो थोड़ा और करो and Krishna does this and that's how Krishna treats us. He makes us value him. He increases our love for him. Even when the Brahman Patnis, they go to Krishna, oh Lord, please accept us. Krishna says, no, go back. This is not the way to increase your love for me, to stay in my association. The way to increase your love for me is you go back and keep doing your deity worship, keep hearing about me, keep chanting my name. So it will keep increasing our next when you are doing it there. So this is the lesson we learn from this Narad Muni. There's a Narad Muni got little jhalak of the Lord. Sometimes you will go to Dham, you get little taste, but then you're hankering. When will I get that taste again? And that hankering, we do more devotional service, and do nicely. And one day Krishna reveals. And there's a proof in the scriptures. How do Krishna reveal to himself to his devotee? So there are many, many stories we see in life of and what doesn't enable there. See, they say Vairagya Vidya, Nija Bhakti Yoga. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always liked the renounced temperament of his devotee. But some pastimes he showed the renunciation alone is not sufficient for getting bhakti. So there was a milk drinking brahmachari, he was very austere and should drink only milk and no food. He would eat. Only he sustained on drinking milk. So he wanted to see the Mahaprakash Leela of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when he wanted to see the Mahaprakash Leela of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what happened? He went to Shiva's. Please allow me. Shiva's Thakur knew he is not allowed. But he thought, oh, Sebastian Brahmana, so he told, okay, hid in a place when Mahaprabhu is doing kirtan, you can see. So hid him in the place. Now Mahaprabhu was dancing. And suddenly his dancing stops. I'm not feeling ecstasy today. Is somebody here who should not be there? Is somebody here who should not be there? And she was like, no, there is no metalist here. Like when कोई गलती हो जाए, and you have to, Lord, there are no metalists here. Lord, there are no Vishais here. Who's there? And Lord, he's a simple brahmachari who just drinks milk. And Mahaprabhu becomes very angry. Do you think by drinking milk you can obtain? By drinking milk you can attain me? What do you think? It's not by tapasya, only by devotion. And now suppose you are scolded like this. So this brahmachari was scolded. And when he goes back, he's thinking, oh, at least I saw the Lord. He's not feeling that the Lord has scolded me. At least I got to see the Lord. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Paramatma in his heart understood his attitude. He called him back. Come. Why? He had developed devotion. He was humble. And then Mahaprabhu gave him mercy. So renunciation, Mahaprabhu liked renunciation is devotees, but renunciation alone is not a criteria to get the Lord's. It's a humble devotion, humble service attitude by which one gets a mercy of the Lord. This passage is showing. So how one gets a mercy of the Lord? By humble devotion. On the past time, with Sarva Bhattacharya, Gopinath Acharya would always argue with Sarva Bhattacharya. They were like brother-in-law and there, Jija Sala there. So Gopinath Acharya, the Sarva Bhattacharya's wife, was married to Gopinath Acharya. So Gopinath Acharya would always keep telling, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Supreme Lord. And Sarva Bhattacharya always arguing, no, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where it is in the scriptures written. And he will quote also, Mr. Sarva Bhattacharya will not accept. He said, okay, only when the Lord mercy will happen, you will understand that Lord Chaitanya is the Lord. And then what has start happening is, when Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he fainted. And then Sarva Bhattacharya picked him from the Jagannath temple and took him. So Mahaprabhu gave a Agya Sukriti to Sarva Bhattacharya, unknowingly engaged him in serving him. And then Sarva Bhattacharya said, you are a young sannyasi, how will you maintain your sannyas? You look so beautiful at the age of 24 years, you are taking sannyas. You look so beautiful, how will you maintain sannyas? Hear Vedanta from me. Mahaprabhu agreed, let's hear Vedanta. 7 days, Sarva Bhattacharya non-stop was speaking. He gave a higher seat to Lord Chaitanya because he's a sannyasi and he's a grhastha. But he's speaking Vedanta to Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu is hearing Vedanta. And after 7 days, Mahaprabhu didn't speak a word for 7 days. These are not 7 continuous days. On the daytime, they would hear that. In fact, there is still that place is there at the back where. And after 7 days, Sarvacharya asked any question. And he said no. Question? अगर क्वेश्चन तब नहीं होता है तो तुम सब समझ गए कुछ नहीं समझे 7 दिन बर्बाद हो गए पहले पूछ चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने उड़ा दिया See, I understand Vedanta, but not your Shariraka Bhasya. And Mahaprabhu cut all the arguments and told why did Shankaracharya came. It was Lord Shiva who came as Shankaracharya to propagate a philosophy to separate the thieves and the thieves. And then Mahaprabhu showed him Sadhujvananda form. Then Sarva Bhattacharya fell down. Why? Because Gopinath Acharya was praying for the deliverance of Sarva Bhattacharya. So if a devotee is praying for us, then Lord will give us mercy. You can see the Lord. On the other hand, Pratap Krupa wanted to meet Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He told to Gopinath Acharya. He told to Gopinath Acharya, I want to meet. I want to meet the Lord. And I want to meet the Lord. And Sarvana Acharya says, it's not so easy to meet the Lord. Lord is a sannyasi. He won't meet the kings. He won't meet the king. And Pratap Krupa had a very tough time getting audience of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So till the time he showed his humility, Sir Jagannath, blooming in front of Jagannath's chariot. Then he removed his clothes in the Rath Yatra time. So one time Mahaprabhu fell and Pratapruta picked him up. And instead of saying thank you, Mahaprabhu said Vishay Vishay Chodo. So Pratapruta was totally discouraged. I will never have darshan of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I will never get. Then Sarva Bhattacharya said, don't worry. Change your clothes. Wear simple dhoti kurta and come. And he took simple. He went in the Jagannath Vallabh garden and Mahaprabhu was taking it. He bowed down his feet and started singing. Tav kathamritam sapta jivanam. He started singing Gopi Gita. And then Sarva Bhattacharya said, the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, say it more. Say it more. And Mahaprabhu started to tell. And then Mahaprabhu was very happy and asked, who are you? Who are you? It happened one time in Bengal. there were riots, and one devotee was going, and this riot people asked, "Who are you?" If you say the name Das, then this will say, "I'm Das Das Anudas." बोले ये तो पता नहीं क्या होता, छोड़ दिया उसका. So Sarva Bhattacharya, he is talking to. So now Pratap Ruda, when Mahaprabhu asks, he says, Gopi Bharte Patkamyo Das Das Anudas. And he was saying, he would have told, I'm King Pratap Ruda. So Mahaprabhu was testing, who are you? So if we think ourselves the king, great person, will not have audience of the Lord. But if we think ourselves a servant or a servant of the Lord, we can get the darshan of the Lord. So when we have an ahankar of a king, then it's difficult to get Lord's darshan. But when we have a mood of servant of the servant, it is easy to get Lord's darshan. When a mood of servant, it is easy to get Lord's darshan. So what does it take to get Krishna's darshan? In fact, if you're following the instruction of spiritual master, it will say it's not different from taking the darshan of the Lord. When you're hearing Krishna's katha, you're actually taking darshan of the Lord. So, because Krishna's Naam, Roop, Gun, Leela, they are not different. So when you're chanting the holy name of the Lord, you are with Krishna. When you are like once we had gone to Gurukul, Mayapur Gurukul, and the small children who do deity worship, Radha Madhava, and all that. And we asked them, have you seen Krishna? They said, don't you see Krishna every day? Radha Madhava is Krishna only, no? Why are you asking such foolish questions? A small boy was telling. Have you seen Krishna? You see Radha Madhava is Krishna only, no? और क्या है? The children have that faith. And this has happened with Raghunandan. This Mukunda's son is Raghunandan. So like Kripa Guru was doing for offering bhoga. So one day his father was not there. Mother told, better offer the bhoga. And now if you see Kripa Guru is taking the bhoga plate and going to put it in the altar. But Raghunandan was doing the offering. Now Kripa Guru knows whatever I'm offering, everything plate will come back. Suppose in the home only one thali is made, total prasad, and it is offered and it will come back. So you're secure. But somehow the thali went, and now this Raghunandan didn't know he's doing offering first time. He thought plate should. He's a small child. इस स्मॉल चाइल्ड को बोलो भगवान को भोग लगा दो तो उसको क्या लगेगा भोग लगाने का मतलब क्या होता है भगवान आके खा लेंगे and small children believe also in that Krishna will come deity something will happen and he will eat and he offered the bhoga to the Lord and nothing happened सारा का सारा ऐसे ही रहा so he started to cry oh maybe because I'm a small child Krishna is not accepting when my father offers everything is finished but today Lord is not accepting he started to cry seeing him cry, the Lord deity came and ate everything. And plate was साफ. The problem is घर में एक ही plate बनी थी. अब he brought an empty plate to the mother. Now if a child brings an empty plate, what do you think? इसने खुद खा लिया होगा. Small child, and small child may tell lie also, right? खुद खा के बोला मम्मी अभी भगवान ने खा ली. A mother never had seen that Krishna has eaten. So many times the offering is done by Vasudeva, but never it has happened the plate has become empty. This time the plate has become empty. Mother plate has become empty. And mother saying, Beta, तूने खाया क्या किया? So in the meanwhile, Mukunda came back. Of course, Mukunda was a great devotee. He knew it may be possible. बेटे ने कहा क्या पता खुद खा लेगा. So he said, okay, now Krishna, I give you this laddu. He offered it to Krishna. Let's see if Krishna eats it. And he went behind, and he went behind and to see is Krishna eating. Again, Raghunandan went to offer the bhoga and giving it to the Lord. Please eat it. Again, Lord was not eating. Again, he started crying. As he started crying, the hand came eating laddu. When the Lord saw that Mukunda is seeing, he kept the hand like this. He ate only half laddu. And still that the deity is that position is there, keeping the half laddu. And that half laddu also was preserved as a mercy of the Lord. And when Mahaprabhu came in the house of Mukunda, he asked, who's the father? Is Raghunandan your father or you are his father? Who is the father? So when you become devotees, you become the parents of your parents. Yeah. So Krishna is, but we don't have that innocent faith and devotion. We put up a logic. देखो मैंने जब किया था 1 kg था अभी बाद में बाहर निकाला है भोग तो भी 1 kg भगवान ने कहाँ खाया. The small child had faith. The Krishna has about love. Krishna has about love and gives back everything. Mixed with his own saliva. Okay, that faith. Man. See, we all have faith. Now, Kipata just offer the bhoga. After offering, everything will come out as it is. But Lord is eating. The devotion, in the food, devotion there. So to see Krishna is a big thing. If you see these paintings are made by proper disciples. Why not from India? They're Westerners. But you will find the most famous paintings of Krishna and thing are made by these devotees. Why? Because they're serving a pure devotee and Papa gave them a vision of Krishna and the spiritual world was pastime. So they draw it so attractive. They draw it so attractively. You just feel attracted to it. How it's possible. So by mercy of a pure devotee, you actually get a vision of the Lord. Pure devotee asks also, Papa, Paramatma is standing or sitting? Papa said, Paramatma is standing. But to know this, we need to do many lifetimes of tapasya. But he comes to a devotee, instantly the Paramatma is standing. So beautiful. What do you see? Krishna, Brahma, Kaliya, there. How is it drawn? It's not drawn by. Same way you see Mahavta Narsinga movie became so famous. Not because of the animation, not because the storyline was taken from the scripture. Emotions was put. It was made under the guidance of the devotees. Garanpur was very much involved. And the person who made is a devotee. So emotions are brought so that touches people. People are bored by romantic films, then fighting and things, but they're looking for the real emotions. And when the people saw that real devotion Pranad, that people start. Many people start crying seeing the movie. There. So that's emotion can come only from a devotee. Now they're bringing one film on Lord Chaitanya also. About some other devotees. There. So the point is, only devotee can manifest Krishna. Devotee can manifest Krishna to the void and present Krishna in an attractive way that people get attracted to. Okay. And few more examples. This Muchukunda. The Muchukunda is the father of Manadhata. And Manadhata and Muchukunda, they appeared long before. Probably in the, now the 28th cycle is going on. Around the 7th cycle or 10th cycle, they would have appeared. And once sage told him, you will see Krishna in 28th cycle of Dwapar Yuga. Now, problem is, how did you wait long, so long, when Krishna will come? Now, in 20th cycle, somebody says, just stay on earth, you will get Krishna darshan in the 40th cycle of this Manvantara. A Manvantara has 71 cycles, and each cycle of 43 lakh years. Just wait 12 more cycles, means 12 into 43 lakh years. Wait for 5 crore years. Wait for 4 crore years, you will get Krishna darshan. How many of you are eager to do, ready for it? Keep performing everyday bhakti like this, and after 4 crore years, you will see Krishna. So Muchikunda was told that. Now, the Devtas called him for fighting. Devtas called him for fighting. So he fought with Devtas, and they were very happy. And Devtas asked, what do you want? Because all his kingdom, everything gone, because by the time he had come to heavenly Loka and fighting, the time has passed there. I thought, who will wait 4 crore years for Krishna? So let me have uninterrupted sleep. So he just sleep for many, many yugas. And he took a benediction. Anybody who disturb my sleep, let him be gone. So that benediction also using Krishna's service. The Kalevan was born. So Muchukunda slept for so many yugas so that quickly time passes, you can get darshan of Krishna. And because he did a service to Vaishnava, service to Demigods, Krishna woke them up and gave the darshan. When you serve the Vaishnavas, Krishna will wake you from sleep and give darshan. When you serve the Vaishnavas, Krishna will wake you up from his sleep. It happened to the wife of Tukaram Maharaj. She was going to serve Tukaram Maharaj, and on between, Krishna came as an old person. She got kata in the feet. And Krishna came as an old person to do things. And when Krishna showed him darshan, she said, I'm not interested in you. And she walked away. Because she feels because of Krishna only I'm suffering so much in my household life. But because she was engaged in service of a pure devotee, Krishna is ready to give us darshan. So when we serve this devotee, easily get Krishna darshan. Directly we want to get Krishna darshan, it's very difficult. Okay, any questions? Yogesh, please. Now, what he did after that, he went city to city, village to village, teaching the glory of the Lord. And whenever he chant the name of the Lord, Radha Krishna will come and sit in his. Don't be attached to forest, start preaching. Well, if you see, read 6 chapters further discuss. Maybe tomorrow's verse will be on that, we'll discuss that. I should just try it. Whatever service the spiritual master gives, you should complete it. See, complete in service means complete, incomplete in bhajan. The word come is Sakrit yad darshitam rupam If you see here, I read it, you're not able to see me. Those were incomplete in service. Avikappa is not yet mature. You will not become mature in relation service. That is the meaning of incomplete in service. The one is to complete the service given by the spiritual master, like proper complete. Other meaning is to become mature, eagerness, right service attitude. Only when we see Krishna appear also, like Krishna appeared before Washerman. He was killed by Krishna. Why? He didn't have service attitude. In fact, he spoke very arrogantly to Krishna. But when you complete the service, develop the right attitude, then you can take benefit of Krishna's person. When you're longing for Krishna, person only complete service. Okay, if we fall down also, it is Krishna's plan. It is Krishna's plan. So what you should do? Get up and take bhakti more seriously. And understand my conditionings are the cause. No. You fell down, it is Krishna's plan. But conditioning belongs to you. Again, you will fall down if you don't take care of conditioning. Krishna is showing, don't be fallen devotee and get up. And work against those conditionings if you want to come to me. That is my point. The Maya is working under Krishna's direction. If some of our anarthas are made us fall down, so Krishna is showing us, remove that anartha from your heart. Work upon it. Take help of its senior devotee. Humble yourself. Don't be casual in bhakti. Don't offend devotees. So Krishna is going through that fall down, whatever it is. That's it. And we are responsible for our fall because we have a desire. We act on it. We can't blame Krishna. Right? See, being transcendental means you don't identify with the body. It doesn't mean you give up your duties, but don't identify with the body while doing the duty. Identify with Krishna. Then you can be above the volcano. Who am I? Eternal servant of Krishna. I'm doing this work for Krishna. That mundane attitude you should do. Hmm. I'm going to forest, no, because city has sense gratifications. I won't live in city. I live in forest. Like Mayavadis, if people are too hard impersonalists, no, they don't like your singing. Like कहते हैं ना, वहाँ they're making fun, na? That array you're sentimental. Mahaprabhu said, my spiritual master said, you can't understand Vedanta, you're a fool. He told me to sing dance there. But Mahaprabhu said, I was singing, dancing. This is for that people. So like that, we should not be averse. Many times, the somebody is Gyani, why you're offering such opulent food stuff to the Lord? So they may not understand the bhakti to give the best to. One should not be averse. I've seen people who have a lot of jnana mood now, they can enjoy the festivals also with devotees. They keep seeing more faults than enjoying that, relishing that bhakti in that atmosphere. So don't be averse. By chanting the holy names of the Lord. 99% of all advancement comes by properly chanting the holy names of the Lord, attentively chanting the holy names of the Lord, serving the Vaishnavas, reading Prabhupada books. That's the process you have to do. Read Prabhupada books, take only prasadam, chant the holy names of the Lord nicely. Nice morning program. Okay. How strongly you practice, that's when you get free. Depends on your own intensity. So do intensity in 1 month, you can be there. Like Chitraketu Maharaj. He attained perfection in 2 weeks. Narad told. It will mean Lord's intention. We may Lord's intention within 1 or 2 weeks. Yeah. It depends on our intensity. And Prabhupada says one life. You practice for lifetime, you go back and back to that. Isn't it? What's your age now? 23. So you have time, right? You practice it very seriously. It's a one lifetime process. One lifetime of serious. No, you're supposed to come when Krishna would come. He got that benediction by some Vaishnava. Acharya is right. Your Lord will come and give you darshan. And lead a service to the Lord. Because Kalyavan was killed for Muchikunda. So he has to wait till then. And he was feeling so much separation from the Lord. So how will I wait so long? He asked for a benediction of sleep. The time passed fast. Because he was not remembering his Madhurya Ras, no. Not in the our Vedas. So the Acharya says, I can show you that purports. That's the reason he asked for that. Actually, he was very tired also. And he wanted anybody to disturb him. Probably he may be in samadhi of sleep remembering Krishna without any disturbance. Because when he woke up sleep, he did a service to Krishna and he saw Krishna. So probably in the sleep also he would be conscious of Krishna and Krishna on that. And what prayers he's saying? I was like a dog in the chambers of woman. I will conquer all the places. But when I go into the chambers of my queens, I become a bad dog. Krishna is coming and offering such prayers after all that. He's there. So here is prayers of renunciation, detachment. There. So yeah, and here, thank you. Any questions online? Hmm. Thank you.